Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Today we're checking out another knife from Remette. We saw the hand field here, just a few days ago. This is the WD107. Letters and numbers, doesn't have an official name at this point, but a really good looking and pretty decent knife. You know, the hand feel was a budget option. This one, we're going a little bit more high end, better, quote unquote better materials, titanium, carbon fiber, M390 on the blade steel. So it's going to be a little bit more. This one's selling for right around $189 on Amazon. And there is a $10 off coupon, and they have special promotions if you buy more than one of their knives. You can save even more. So that's pretty cool. But let's check out the WD107. Like I said, a little bit more premium model in this one. Titanium button lock, as you can see. These carbon fiber inlays looking really nice. Titanium backspacer, pocket clip. Now you can tell that pocket clip has got a slight curve to it, so it's not really meant to be reversible. Lanyard hole, lanyard fans, there you go. Getting a quick up close look at it. Everything's chamfered off really nice. Seems to be done pretty well. Got a little bit of a, kind of a 90-degree right here. Could be chamfered just a tiny bit better, but nothing too major. I didn't really have any issues with it for the most part. But it seems to be done. You've got some nice texturing there on the button lock, which is nice. Some milling around on the bolster there. Very good. Overall, a pretty nice looking knife, actually. Dual thumb stud deployment, as you can see. Now, the one thing I will say about this guy is it feels to me like the detent's a little light. I can shake it open fairly easily. So if I had one thing to say about this knife, it's like the detent could be stronger for sure. Otherwise, the action is pretty smooth. No issues there. It does come out just fine with a good flick. But and another indication that your detent is a little light is I get some bounce back when we drop. I know that can be timing. If you can hear that, it's falling in nice, but you get that double tap kind of. So detent is a little bit light on this one. Now, like I said, you've got an M390 blade, and I kind of like the coating. They say it's a pearlescent coating on the blade, which I kind of like. It kind of looks like a really light bead blast, trying to get that, show it to you without getting too much light in there. But looks pretty good. Nice drop point. Got a nice swedge there. You do have some jimping on the back of the blade. My thumb in the natural landing point is pretty much past the jimping, so not a big issue at all. Just if we were looking for aid in grip, it probably needed to be carried out just a little bit further. Your thumb studs are in the cutting path for sure, as you can see that. So that's going to be a little bit, might make it a little harder to sharpen. I have not tried to remove these thumb studs. So, but as you can see there, they're in the cutting path by a decent bit, actually. Now, choking up, can I choke up? I can. Not a decent. If I want to choke up and make sure I've got a decent grip, I've got a little bit of room off that blade, but it's close. Those of you with a little bit larger fingers than my own, you're going to be a lot closer to that corner of that blade for sure. And it's definitely a corner. If you slide up there, it'll get you. But that's if you choose to choke up or not. All right. So overall, zoom out just a little bit. All right. What are we looking at here as far as specs? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 3/4 fully open. You're looking at right about a 4.5-inch handle, which is going to give you obviously about a 3.25-inch blade. Full cutting edge, as I said. Grip length, you're going to be looking at natural grip length. You're looking at pretty close to 3.5 inches. And that's how it looks in my 3 3/4 inch hand. And if you haven't been around, when I say 3 3/4, that's the total width of my palm, guys. where the knife naturally lands. So, not bad. Good feel. Get some size comparisons going here. We're going to bust out our PM2. So there you go, the PM2. Obviously a little bit larger knife on both ends. 1/4 inch on the blade. About that on the handle as well. And the bug out. And, okay, the WD107 is going to kind of have the bug out by about the same. Not quite a 1/4 inch on the blade. And about almost a 1/2 inch on the handle, actually. Get a weight here. Oh, there we go. There we got it. It's kind of timing with that button lock too, but I do get quite a bit of bounce back on this one, which kind of tells me the detent's a little light. 3.5 inch blade, or 3.5 ounces, which matches up with our blade length pretty well. This, it feels really light to me. It just feels light. So I kind of like that aspect. It's good. It's a little bit more dressier. Pocket clip has pretty good retention. Obviously, you do have a little bit sticking out of your pocket there. Nothing too major. Like I said, good retention. It was pretty nice. You've got a decent ramp there. Fairly easy in and out of pocket. A little bit more difficult on some of those wider seam pockets, as a few are. But nothing too major there. My overall thoughts on it. You know, for a little bit nicer knife, this one is not too bad. Like I said, the only really complaint, if you will, that I have on it is the detent could be a little bit stronger. And as you guys know, I don't alter these knives in any way, shape, or form before I show them to you. This is as they were coming, out of the box, and with some use, obviously, there is a little bit of break-in, but for the most part, it's like it is out of the box. It's a good looking knife. I like the way that it looks. The milling kind of gives it a little bit of, a little bit of flair. The inlays are done pretty darn well. I can feel the front one just a little bit. If I probably tried, I can barely catch my nail. Yeah. So it's nothing too major. It is there. It stands up. Obviously, you're paying a little bit more for premium materials. So with those premium materials, you want a more premium build quality, right? I mean, that's just the way it should go. So you can feel it a little bit. Like I said, nothing too bad. Overall, it's a pretty nice knife in hand. I can feel that clip a little bit. It does. I am feeling it. Would I call it a hot spot? If I had to, if I was using this over and over and over, doing a lot of cuts, which, to be honest with you, I don't do a lot of repetitious cutting. At any point in time, it's usually making, 2 or 3 cuts. Okay, I'm done. Next time, 2 or 3 cuts. I don't sit there and break down cardboard into little pieces over and over and over. So, but I mean, it could be, if somebody said, hey, that clip kind of bugs me. Okay, I could buy that. It all depends on hand size and everything else, but nothing too dramatic. On the negative side for this knife, I'm pretty pleased with it. Choking up, like I said, could be a bit of an issue for some people, but other than that, it seems and feels like a pretty solid knife. No, it holds up just fine under normal pressure on the spine. That's about as far as I'm going to go with that. No issues whatsoever there. When I first got it, I think the button just needed to break in a little bit because it was a little sticky. It would kind of not lock up, but it was a little bit sticky right at first on the button. But now, see, there you go. I got that bounce back there. Yeah, now it's not an issue. It's kind of broken in with use, and I don't really have any any stick that I can feel at all. Maybe just a tiny, tiny bit. Other than that, it's a really solid knife. Now, I know, like I said, this one's going to be a little bit more on the premium end, so you're paying closer to $200 for it. Materials and everything, I think it's pretty much right in line with what you're going to find out there on the market. Build quality wise, it's pretty darn good as well. So appreciate Remette sending these out to check out. Of course, you know, the hand feel, the Remette. I have another one here from Remette to check out yet. They're going to be given away on the channel at some point, probably an SKL here and there. Maybe an 8K giveaway. I don't know. That'll be coming up pretty soon. You know, I'll probably do one just because that's what I like to do. So really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic day. As always, like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Bye-bye.